Hello, everybody. And in this episode, we are using a team that has the least with offense, defense, and special teams. But I think they're all okay. So the team that I've created has the lowest, but um, not going to use that team yet. So this would be kind of that team, so to speak, or essentially this Washington Senators and Tennessee. Um, so they're also in contention right there. So Miami can't touch. So Los Angeles tied. We already did those. Those are the lowest salary. Um, so that being said, I think this one is the lowest. Well, I'm in Tennessee. We will do Washington 4. The reason is salary wise. We'll do the lowest salary on that side. Then, so we will select Washington. Do the American salary cap on, free agent normal, draft pool normal, trade offers normal. So, we'll start it. And since we are Washington, we got Philadelphia, New York, and Dallas. So, the first thing comes first is we aren't going to worry about players of trading and try to, um, you know, free agency and all that stuff. So we're going to go to the coaching staff and we are going to get the best development within besides this as coach, because this head coach got A plus in development, that offensive coordinator and stuff. It's got B minus developments, A plus motivation and discipline of A minus. So we're gonna keep him there. But if they are not at least a B, we are going to replace them. So we're gonna release the coach. And then minus 1.6. So within our organization for this position, A minus would be for that, but so we potentially could move him. We will do that. Oh, okay. So we will hire a new coach then. Defense, but also developments. So I guess within Mr. Ian Phillips. He's the best they can do with development of B plus. So we're gonna do that. $3 million for 10 years. So he's good for a while. Special team C plus. So we are going to improve that. But even though he has an A minus, but he's got a C plus. So we are going to release and see if we could hire a new person for it. We can get this Elvin Underwood because he's the best development-wise. So we will 10 years, 6 mil, and he's a B, so that is good. Position coaches B plus, passing boost, development is a B. Running back coach, development is a C. So we are going to release the coach, sign new coach. There's really not much you could do with that. We could see hiring a new coach, offense. Aspiring leader. So B minus, but also we'll do 6 for 10. And he's a B. B minus development, offense A minus, motivation. Alright, so for running backs to get motivation, C plus, release. So we is a DB, but Wilbert seems to be the guy. So development a B is a B minus. So I mean, at least he's at that cusp of B minus. He's a B plus, and yeah, I wouldn't move him anyway. So development B plus, a boost to the O line. So D line is a C. We're gonna release him. Hire a new coach. It's A minus in developments. So he's a DB experts for that one. He's got A minus, motivation C. Is there? So the guy that we, I guess, it's either running backs or whatnot, but we will hire him because he has the best defensive rating and B minus for development. So we will offer him 3 for 10, and he accepts. Linebacker. There's another coach. Our new coach. DB expert. C plus development though, but he has a DB expert. And he's B plus on defense. But he's got that badge, so we will take that to consideration of 4 mil, 10 years. And then we also got the linebacker coach. He's also a B there too as well. So we're going to release the coach. Lose that mill. Roll defense. B for development. So we will offer him 3 for 10. So our overall is going to be pretty well. We will release the coach for the northeast area. So we'll go with this McDonald guy. 2 year, 2 million, 10 year, C plus, I guess. Don't know overall like what kind of it was just overall is like overall is what he is, stuff like that, but there wasn't really that, you know. So we have cap space of 210 million, funds of 13. You could to do that and just look for that for right now, and then eventually look into these things. But as of right now, we have our coaches, and so that's kind of what the basis was kind of getting these coaches, and we'll see if there's any improvements. And we've won one game. 1-2. And we're 3-13. So that's fine. Maybe our team wasn't that great, but more than likely 23-year-olds. Just looking for that 6-year contract. Okay, 10 mil, C plus. I'll let him walk. Tight ends, we're gonna let him walk. Offensive line, we will 25, 4-year, 2 mil. We'll look at offensive line down the line. Guard, he's 31, so center, defensive tackle, defensive end, he's a C plus. For 4 years, 5 mil. This B minus guy, 25, looking for a 4-year, or inside linebacker, I should say, for 4 mil. I'll do the same thing with this guy, 2 mil, 3-year. Worst case is do 4 mil for him. And worst case, we bump one of these guys into the practice squad. So linebacker, we're going to let walk. We're going to let him walk. 26-year-old. do a 3-year, $3 million deal. Strong safety. There we go. Kicker. 4 or 5. Punter's good. Okay. Yeah. At this game, 29 to 30 is kind of like that cutoff. So we have. Okay, we have progressions though. That's fine. 28, yeah, 28 to 30 is when they start to regress a little bit. Personnel wise, need a tight end for sure. So contract wise, because this is the better way to look at it, so kind of need a decent running back. Wide receiver, it seems like we're good, but we could trade like 2 of them for a 7th round pick. Tight end would be fantastic. Offensive tackle, some guards, or a guard, and a center. So we're gonna go to free agency. QB, no. Running back, there seems to be nothing. Fullback, nothing. Wide receiver, 30, 28, 26-year-old, 22-year-old. We'll offer this 22-year-old a 7-year deal, $3 million. So he's locked pretty cheap. Tight ends, 24-year-old. I could always draft one too. Tackle, there's nothing. Guard, there's nothing. Center. We'll get 6-year deal, 4.5. 6-year deal. Inside linebacker, 23-year-old. We'll see. 6 years. Do 3.5. Accepts. But hopefully 22-year-old. Seven years. 26-year-old. 3, 4, 6. So we will. 22-year-old too. Will be good for. $4 million. We also could trade some people, to be honest. 23-year-old for a free safety. For 6 years, we'll do 4.5. So that even hasn't filled anybody, but so we'll look for the draft. So we are we're pick number 5. Oh, we could have traded something, but I think it's too late now. Since I did go in the draft. But that's fine. We can pick a QB. A team guide. Marco, or get a guard. It's either a QB or a guard. I think we need to get tight end though too. We will get a guard. Block. Oh, so we picked an A+ guard. That's great. Okay. Team guide. So defensive tackle. Mifflin or Dex Skinner. I'm gonna go for Donovan. Yes. So still on the board. Fitness, run block. Oh. Even though I don't need. So B+, A+, C+, C+, B- for the inside linebacker. Running back's a C and wide receivers a C. Seven. We'll do $1 million. A wide receiver. Okay, it's cheap. 7 years. 4 mil. A+ guard. It's probably looking for 5.5 for 7 years. Center. Defensive tackle. 2 million for 7. Side linebacker we picked up. Offer him a decent contract. Give him 2 million. Okay. So we do have 5 people in the practice squads. We got tight end wise, we need and then we'll send him to the practice squad. Well, we only have one offensive tackle. Send the guard. So the guard's gonna be playing. He's gonna start right away. So we could. $21 million. Sounds more doable. Instead of 21 million. Ooh. What about there we go. Okay. We'll send that guy to the active roster. So running back wise, send you to the practice squad. So yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces here to kind of build it up. So we need to look for offensive tackle as well. And at this point, I'm just looking for young, 3 years, 5.5, because it'll be 29. So 26 to C+. That is perfect. We'll offer 4 mil, 3 years. Then when it comes to center, we only have 2. Defensive tackle, we have 4. Don't think we need 4 people. And then we will send him. There we go. So we are set on that. Potentially could send James to the practice squad. B minus strong safety. So, what is he looking for? I'll do 1 year, 17 mil. Okay, that's fine. For a corner. $6 mil. 4 years. Okay. 3 years. 4.5. Okay. 25. That one's 8 mil. Two. 17. Okay. So, we have 5 inside linebackers anyway right now. And send 22-year-olds. And then so yeah, we're pretty young on inside linebacker, which is good. So corner is a C+. We'll see if he develops. So running back wise, 28 as C, and Homer is 29 and is C. Okay. Looking for trading, and I know it's kind of taking a little bit from year 1 to year 2, but overall we're just kind of testing the waters here and see. They need a running back, so we could add add to trade. It's 27. And then all we would like is a 7th and a 7th. There, perfect. So that kind of frees some space for Homer here. Let's go to the active roster. And then send him to the active roster too. It's trading. Seems like a lot of people. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, strong safety. Give you that. For There we go. So that kind of clears some. Fullback. 4th round next year. There we go. I'll clear some space up. And can look at Harvey. Do 3 years. There we go. C plus at 25. There we go. Defensive tackle, we'll send him. Set linebacker. Send him, and we'll send him. Because trading was add player. Do a 4th. A 5th next year. We're going to add a 7th. A 7th next year. Sweet. Side linebacker, we're good. Or trading. There we go. So linebacker, B minus. Okay. Oh, I gotta move him as well. So I'm gonna trade. Sweet. So, yeah, we are shaping our roster. It's be pretty decent. Try to make it a young core. Maybe could have the center for, but that's literally almost all of our funds. Um, 4 years. There we go. Yeah, 31. Yeah, they were asking 20 million. Yeah, there's no way. Okay. Okay. Could trade. So I got a flux of defensive tackles now. For a third round next year. There we go. There we go. So we'll see. I know there's a lot of movement and everything else, but now we'll see how much of a progression things are going to get. So, all right. Phillips is now defensive coordinator A minus. Estimated overall increase the effective of blitzes. That's so we went 6-10, so it's an improvement. We still have 167 mil. Player contracts, so QBs are good, running backs are good. What is he looking for? 2-year, 9 mil. Yeah, 2 mil, 4 years. He accepts, which is nice. Offensive tackle, we're gonna let him walk. So like I said, as soon as it gets to that 29, 28 to 30, they start to regress. But I'll do, like, you know, a 1 year 17 mil type deal. Or if they're like a staple, seems like they are improving then. 26-year-old strong safety. Just looking for that 3-year, 2-year. So, yeah, it's just on that cusp. So, it's in free agency. Fullback 27, wide receiver. Six. Let's see how much he develops. For nothing. For 5. But so we have some trade requests. So DN, that's a B, or a guard, that's a B plus. We're gonna reject and reject. Still need a running back. Add player. Add him. Draft pick, first round, and a second round next year. Perfect. So outside linebacker. What's our plus? It's got 2 years left. Okay. So he's gained. So Keegan's gained +2. Running back. So he's probably a good asset to trade to as well. Chicago was that? Add player. The only thing is, I wish they kind of had was like in this game was kind of like Madden, essentially, where you can go through the teams and see who would be interested and who would not. Obviously, like I could give, you know, a running back to Carolina again and give him this A+ player, which I'm just gonna do. See. Okay, so I got 3 first-round picks this year now. Which may be a bad thing. Okay, the defensive tackle, no retiring coaches. Do we have any? It's 1 year left. 1 year left. 8 years. 8 years. Okay. Okay. So next year is going to be heavy on the coaches. So but I could also have 5 or 4/5. This is a lot of draft picks. I only have what, 25 million funds. Let's see. John Norris, running back. Go for that wide receiver, but a 4th and a 6th. There we go. So we have him. Could go for John Reed. Let's do that. Add a 1st round next year and 4th this year. Try to go for boom. That was simple. So send both. Then trading wise, who needs a QB? There, 6. So look for the outside linebacker then. I think I would look. Let's see, record a bit. But I need money for the draft picks. I wouldn't have been able to afford 3 first-round picks out of that, so that's why. Oh, John Reed's regressing at that point, so okay. Team guides. Pick number 8. Okay. Side. Strong safety. Run block, awareness, fitness. Yes. Okay. Linebacker. Punter's still on the board. Strong safety still on the board. Corner. So A plus on the free safety. B on the offensive tackle. B minus. C plus. B plus on the punter. And 2 6-round picks. C plus each. So that's not too bad. Okay. I'll actually trade the punter, so. Oh. Well, it's filled. Safety. We'll just. Temporary squad. And one extra. To the linebacker. That's perfect. This guy out. It's wanting like 10 mil a year. There. No, should have picked the outside linebacker or somebody else, but. Yeah, so many defensive tackles. Plus, I kind of have to focus on making sure I have enough money for coaches, because a lot of the coaches are up for contracts. Alright. We got a trade now. Do like that first and second though. Getting 2 firsts. But I know this is like a first round pick too. But then we're also upgrading on corner. So. Ooh. Okay, so I can't do that trade. So it'd have to be this one. Let's get 2 first round picks. But sure. Got 2 first-round picks in the future. Okay. All right. We got more trade requests. They really want him off the books. But he's too valuable to you, then why are you trading him? Guard. We have A plus and a C plus. C plus. Let's see. Guard selection is there. That's not much. Okay. What about tackle for me? What is there? Alright, so we don't really have the production. So we use 2. That really shouldn't. Maybe could look to see if there's really nothing for guard center. There's really nothing. Okay. Okay. I'll put you back. Okay. Um. 5th and 5th for him. 1st and 5th for 4 years for this guy. 23-year-old defensive end. Looking at defensive end wise. These two could be traded. Okay. It seems like John wasn't really doing much anyway, so we traded him back. But draft pick wise, there's quite a bit. Okay. Okay, the ends. Okay, so now that should be better. There we go. So we got more trade requests. First round pick for their defensive ends. They're really trying to get rid of him. And a strong safety B for a year. Would be nice, but we are winning now, so. Okay, now we're losing. Trade requests. 28 Parker for 4th and a 5th. Strong safety, 4th and a 5th, or 4th and a 5th with running back. So we lost one less game last year. Tyrese, guard, Marcus, no retiring coaches. Trade request for, no, they're 30 years old. Guard 22, defensive tackle is 2nd round for a 7th round. And a guard. That for 1st round. Webster for a 1st and a 3rd. I think that's next year. I think I'm gonna go with the 1st and the 3rd. So we have front office people to take care of. So that offer that. Position coaches manage. For that. I know there's at least, yeah, I know there's at least 2.5 for 10. Okay. Excited for coaches because I don't want to ruin that. Player contracts, running backs, we're going to let you walk. Dewey, we're going to let you walk, even though you're a B minus. Tackle, we're good. You're going to walk. B minus is a center. Okay, we want 4 years. 5. You're gonna walk. You're gonna walk. There's that. So we're gonna also look at player progression. So they progressed. They have progressed. 23, 27, 28, 24. So there's still some progression. Ooh, some progression. Offensive tackle. It's progressed. The guard. Good on that. There's been some progression there. Defensive tackle. Okay, Donovan Flynn is 32, so that's expected. Gordon we traded for. So there's that. It's a linebacker. They're increasing as well. Okay, that's expected. And that's expected of that. Yeah, I think Lewis Thornton. Safety. He's 23 years old. So, strong safety. Okay, he moved up quite a bit. Kicker. Punter is now A minus. Alright. Free agency. Running back, there's nothing. Fullback, there's nothing. There's. Okay. 22-year-old Baron Carson. But I have a lot of draft picks as well. So I got 3 first-round picks, 1 second round, 2 third round, 3 fourth. That's a lot of picks. I don't have enough money for all that. I don't have enough spots for all that. We're going to do some trading. We need tight end. him for that. Offensive tackle, guard. Okay, we'll add a third. We'll add a fourth. There. So we got the guard. Oh, we need a running back as well. Oh, he's a center. I think we have too many centers, to be honest. Okay, they need guard. So we don't really need that many. So right now we just have over the top, and with how many draft picks we have, so Marcus Carroll is a guard. So how many draft picks we have? Oh, we got 2. We got 3 first. We got 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. What do they have? 2. Add fullback. I'm probably not going to accept it anyway. Just want to see. No. Probably want to draft pick this year. Okay, so they wanted 3 first rounds. Okay. For the QB. Alright. Maybe I'll make multiple trades with them then. Or I need tackle. Do I have many tackles to give away? Probably not. He's 22. 20 and 28. 5th round. And a first or a 6th round. First next year. Okay. So just trying to get rid of excessive picks because we don't have that much money. How many? So we have 2 firsts and the rest. Okay, we don't have a first next year, but we have 2 seconds. That is fine by me. Honestly, at this point. Summary 6 and 8. So, okay. Skip the pick. We don't need a QB anymore. Running back would be nice. Team guide. Receiver. Inside linebacker. Kicker. Could go with the defensive tackle. Strong safety. Do also need a fullback. Awareness, run block, pass block. We'll get the fullback. B plus, that's fine. Fullback. Tight end would be nice too. He's a B. Kicker's still on the board. I think we got a free safety last time now. Corner. Kicker was an A. So, inside linebacker we should probably look at. Yeah, so I remember we got a free safety. So, it's either that or it's outside linebacker. See what's left, at least decent wise. So linebackers now B minuses. C plus running back. C inside linebacker, B minus inside linebacker. Good as a C plus, corner B minus, A kicker, B on the tight end, and B plus on the fullback. Their contracts. No. Don't have the money for it. So now just send in free agency. I'll probably get picked up though. Dex Skinner's now a B minus overall. And the strength safety is a B minus. We go to corner. Okay, we will Ruben Frazier is going to be yeah, that was my bad. Hopefully. He's still there. He is not. QB 29. $60 million. So alright. We're gonna have trade requests right away. First for Z Williams, he's 21st and a 6th for the defensive end. It's 23, 3 years, 16 mil, or we get rid of a tight end, 6th round for a 2nd and a 3rd this coming up draft, or a 1st round in 2030, and we get a defensive end. No, the 1st round in 2030, since we don't have a 1st round next year or this year. He's 23 years old. I think I'm gonna do this one because I don't want to get rid of the tight end. He's 22 years old, and this guy's 23, and he's an A- overall. That's what's gonna happen. Yep, that is just perfect for us. So we're gonna go to our defensive ends here. Send Shane to the practice squad. And send him to the starting lineup. And we gotta look at strong safety. Send him, go here, auto depth chart. Our strong safety does have the B- overall. We got A+, B-, and C+, so we're good with that. As for right now, we have 3 extra corners. Outside linebacker, we're decent. Inside linebacker, we're decent. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some practice squad. We don't need 7. 5 or 4 should be the max, essentially. We'll send this guy back in. We're good on QB. What about running back? Alright, yeah, because we traded for that. Running back, we're good. Fullback, we're good. Wide receiver. Could probably use one more. Since I have $6 million in funds. Try to do that. Did the guy not sign with us? Oh, he didn't. Thought he did. Now our roster is full. Alright. Alright, we won again. Seems like we're getting a decent amount of trade requests. Second round for a first and a second. Oh, it seems like everyone wants this one guy. Just want a straight up trade for trade. Him for a guard and a second rounder. I'm gonna say nope. Someone just wants Mr. Horton. So I think we're doing pretty well, so okay, we only lost once. We're first. Oh, they can't trade because we're in the playoffs. Okay. Broken leg. Okay. All right. Took us a few years, but we are a championship team. With all of the coaches being the best they can do to develop the roster. So, first and third, we're going to reject. He's gonna walk. We're gonna try and go back to back. Okay. We'll do 3, 6 mil. Six-year, 20 mil. Just gonna walk. I'll let the outside linebacker walk. Corner. is look for a strong safety in the draft. So we are a champion. There's no retiree. Retiring coaches. Oh, is our offensive coordinator retired? So we could promote the QB coach or offense would be then also see. Okay, it's got to be a development A minus, an offensive coordinator. So, you could look at some of this stuff. With all that extra money we got, trading. So we had 0 first round picks this year, and that's fine. So we need outside linebacker and strong safety. So punter. Strong safety. Zone guards, C-speed. Awareness, man coverage, speed. Another corner. Awareness. Be this guy. Pick that guy. You gotta get a running back. B plus speed. Do that. Pass block. That. Offensive guard. Tackle. I think we're good with, but we're gonna just draft another one. QBs are off the board. Alright, center, defensive tackle. There we go. A plus, C plus, C, 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 B minus, C plus. Okay. Think, oh, yeah, no. So I think I've had him before. I drafted a center. So yes, that's fine. Side linebacker. See. Should probably put both out there though. So probably with the running backs, one less. There. That way we have 3 outside linebackers if they rotate within the game or whatnot. So, there's that. We'll see if we can repeat. Expired coaches. see on Z Williams. I think we're good on corner, but yeah, we're stacked with corners, so. There's that. They want to give me a first and second, but I'm just gonna keep simulating. That's our first game against New York. And Miami. And Dallas. Alright, so we are the number 1 seed again. And we are back-to-back champs. And so that's ends the video as we go back to back. I would try to do a 3-peats. I mean, we possibly could try. Tier. See if they'll take it, which it seems like they do. Can walk. Defensive tackle. 2-year. 12. Sky. 2-year. 7. Inside linebacker. That'd be perfect. So yeah, we'll try to 3-peat. Sorry for making this a longer video, but with all the progression of all the evals, it seems like we're getting to the point where some of them are either regressing or progressing pretty decently with all the development that we have. We have 2 A tight ends right now, so That will help. Guards progressing decently. This guy's progressing. And our first round draft pick a few years ago is now a B. So he's, you know, growing up there. So, inside linebacker, they're doing pretty well. We need some outside linebackers, and all the corners are gaining. So, yeah, it just varies from 28 to 30 to when they decide to regress. So, and Jacob McCarthy. So, the punter is progressing. So we have defensive back, 6 interceptions, 2 TFLs, and 62 tackles. But other than that, the outside linebacker, Rick Olson, Dirk Myers. So is there anything? There's nothing out there. We have no first, but the rest and 2 6 rounds. Skip to pick. Nothing for QB, running back. We are more of center still available. That's good. Side linebacker. Alright. A plus on the inside, B plus on the strong safety. Got A on the defensive tackle, B plus on the corner, and C on the running back. So we did pretty well. 7 for 7. No one needs a running back. Oh, I need a tight end and a guard. I think we have a lot of corners, to be honest. I need free safeties, so guards. Guards, we are set. Defensive end. Sweet. There's that. And then we just need one more signee. Or is it two more? Okay. So we are all signed, ready to go. Back. Alright, let's see if we can three-peat. Start off strong. And people want Z Williams, pretty bad, I guess. 1 year 16 for a running back that is 25 as well. We'll take the corner for a first round pick. It was for a third, for a first and a second. But oh, centers are top. Alright. I think also upgrading our facilities helped a little bit too. We lost, so we couldn't go back to back or three-peat, but we could go back to back, and the X-Men won. So and then Dirk is probably asking for 27 for 6 years, 26 for 6 years. So that would have been happening, and then the 29-year-old would be asking for a decent amount. These two I'd probably let walk and try and see if I could get another, decent set of wide receivers. Tight end would probably walk and sign him a new contract. But yeah, we've gotten something good going for us, and it's all the facilities I've upgraded for training wise, and then practice field and stuff, rehab. It's been excellent, and then I would just add these for the effects on them, and then transportation. So overall, hopefully you appreciate this episode, as we did go back to back champs. Go to franchise record, 2 championships, our best season 18-1. Overall we're 65-39. So a .625 record overall, or percentage of record. At most wins 16, best win streak was 16, worst loss streak was 9, 13 was most losses. You could do individual games and see all that jazz, individual season, individual of all time within the team. But yeah, we have made it back-to-back champions. Do league leaders and total pass. Kay Wilkinson just beat out Dirk Myers. QB rating, D. Carroll had the best one of 109. 68 percentage for completion for Dirk Myers. He had 309 yards, almost 110 per game. Completions roughly 12. Pass attempts 756 overall and 520 completed. He had 13 interceptions. So at least he wasn't the most. We have C. Olsen with 19 touchdowns, not the most rushing yards. So we did fumble, I guess. So not listed in the top 50, or unless if there wasn't. Carries, yeah, 350 for that person and 105 for the other. Yards, 72, 73 yards on average. And then Dirk Myers had 18. E. Simmons had 17.3. Yards per carry, average of 5, 4.2, and 3.3. Receiving yards per catch, 16.2, 14.5, 13.6, 12.6. So he moved the ball quite well amongst people. 11.7, 11.5 for 2, and 11.3. Touchdown wise, Curtis had 10, Collins had 8. There's probably multiple drops and stuff. Defensive, our Ray with interceptions of 6, 19 sacks. Overall, Williams had 16, Davidson had 16, Clark had 14, Harrington had 13 with Hawkins. Our other defensive tackle that we drafted didn't do much then. T-Bell forced fumbles 5 times, 10 deflective passes. Kicking leaders, Norris had 49 attempts. PAT attempts, 27 punts within the 20, and Jazz return leaders. And back to that, but other than that, we have back-to-back in championships, and hopefully you appreciate this episode and have a good one.